Hi everyone, I'm just going to show you real fast one of the best Void 3.0 Hunter builds. I got asked this a lot in my last video, so I'm showing you one of these as well. It's pretty much one of the best Hunter builds that we've ever had. You're invisible 99% of the time, you have your abilities 99% of the time, you have ridiculously good ad clear, and it's just very, very good in general. So let's get right into it. To start off, pick the right super. This one lets you use 2 volleys of tether instead. Ton of boss damage. It's great. Pick that one. For abilities, we're doing Gambler's Dodge because that is going to synergize with everything else. When you reroll next to enemies, you get your melee back. And then I'm using Scatter Nades because they instantly kill, which makes it to where you proc camo and you get the well to spawn immediately. For aspects, Stylus Executioner, this one's obvious. Everything is going to make you invisible all the time because of this. And then Vanishing Step because it gives you 2 fragments and also makes you invisible when you dodge. So this is probably the most important fragment of this build is your Void Grenades weaken targets. That'll make it to where Stylus Executioner procs every time you kill something with a grenade because it will weaken them, kill them, and then it will turn you invisible. And then I put Void abilities cause explosions because unlike Titan, it does not have this inherently. This will make your nades and your melee just blow things up all the time. It's great. And then Echo of Persistence, your Devour and your camo will last longer. And then of course, picking up an Orb Power grants Devour, which you will get through Harmonic Siphon. My loadout, I've got an Osmosis SMG, but I also have an Osmosis Fatebringer. This will make it to where all of your Void abilities proc on your primary and your secondary if you have it Void. So when you have Kinetic Siphon on, we'll make it to where your primary can spawn orbs, and then when you have Volatile Rounds and Font of Might, those will also work on your primary as well. So yeah, get yourself an Osmosis primary. Probably going to be the best perk in all kinetic slots as long as Void 3.0 is how it is, and if Solar and Arc 3.0 come out to be similar, yes, Osmosis is going to be absolutely the best perk in your kinetic slot, like forever. So I'm using my Likely Suspect with Wellspring on my Hunter because for my Hunter, it does not generate abilities as fast as my Titan does. So Wellspring just gives it a little bit more, so where you get things just a tiny bit faster. If you're not worried about your abilities generating that fast, you could just put on Golden Tricorn because Golden Tricorn with this build is amazing as well. But yeah, use whatever you want here. You could also go ahead and use one of your funnel webs. You know, I have a ton of these. Very easy to get. So for the helmet, I'm using a Void helmet so that I could use Dynamo. This makes it to where you get your super faster when you're rolling near enemies, and you're going to be rolling a lot. Your super generates really, really, really fast with this build. I could completely ignore Intellect, and I have my super like every room. It's very good. I have Harmonic Siphon on because this will make it to where all of my Void weapons and my Osmosis weapons will spawn me orbs when I get multi-kills. And then I just fit Volatile Flow here. It's just whatever, just you mix these around to fit what you need or you need them. For the arms, I have them Void. I know a lot of guys are going to show you a Stasis arm so that you get your nade back on throw, like some of your energy back on throw. This works better. I'm pretty sure this works faster as well. This will also let you go camo a lot more often. So I've got both grenade and melee generate my class ability. If you have the arms from the dungeon, the Artifice arms, you could put both of these and a champion mod. If you do not, and you need a champion mod on your arms, I suggest getting rid of the grenade one and not the melee, because the melee one is going to be able to use like 3 times in a row most of the time. So definitely keep the melee one on. It's part of this build. It's very important. Got Reaping Wellmaker. Every time I dodge roll, kill an enemy, it spawns a well. So a lot of the time I'm going to be dodging, kill an enemy with a gun, throw a grenade, throw a melee, etc. Rotate. I'll show you the rotation in the video. For the chest piece, you want the 6 Coyote. This is going to give you 2 dodge rolls. Very important to this build. This is basically where a lot of the synergy comes from. I have a terribly rolled one, and this is still working really good for me. I'm actually going to farm this later. So yeah, mine's 47 base. It's really bad. For this one, I have Well of Utility on it. This just makes it where you get class ability just a little bit faster. So my class ability is basically always up. And then whatever mods you want in here, usually you put resistant mods. If I had the mod Bountiful Wells. It is a mod that makes it where you place it in a solar slot, and it will make it to where any type of well generating spawns 2 wells instead of 1. And the more you stack of it, so if you put 2 Well of Ordinances and Bountiful Wells, you'll spawn 3. It's worded really poorly, but it just putting it in your armor in general makes it to where all of your wells generate 2 instead of 1, even though it doesn't say that at all in the wording. So yeah, if you have the mod Bountiful Wells, you would get rid of Well Utility and change your mods up a little bit. I keep the chest Void because I want Void resistance on, and we currently have this Thermoshock plating that gives you both Arc and Solar, so I'm just keeping it Void for now. But if you do have Bountiful Wells, you're going to want to put it on your class item. I'll get into that after I show you the legs. For the legs, I recommend having these solar or arc. I have them arc specifically because I had powerful friends on these before, but I've been switching mods around a little bit. Recommend having these on solar because you do not need invigoration. I run absolution and this that gives you your grenade back, but right now, because I am using parasite, I'm running grenade launcher holster. This makes parasite reload in the back pocket, gives it auto loading holster, and it makes parasite an amazing grenade launcher. But yeah, so boots, if you're not running the grenade launcher holster, I suggest running absolution and then make these solar so that you can get your grenade back faster, or void so you can get your class item back faster. Either or, doesn't matter. Invigoration doesn't really matter. As you can see, I'm missing a lot of materials. The build still works incredibly well, even though I don't have things masterworked, and I'm missing a lot of slots, and I'm kind of just having to fit things in where I would be able to fit this a lot easier if I had more materials right now. For the class item, you definitely want this to be solar. You're going to go ahead and put bomber in here, and then you're going to put either overload grenades if you're doing champion stuff, or distribution. So 1 bomber, 1 distribution. So these have diminishing returns when you put more of them. It goes from like a 15% to like 20% or something. So it's like the first one's really good, the second one's not as good. But if you mix them, both of them have their original values. And then I have elemental ordnance on here because this is where I can fit it. You're going to want the 2 well-generating mods you're going to want are elemental ordnance and reaping wellmaker. Those 2 specifically for this hunter build. But you could fit them wherever you're able to fit them, like when you're doing this. Specifically because your cloak is going to be solar, if you have the bountiful well mod, I do not have it, it's going to be a solar mod. This is where you're going to put it, and then you're going to need to put elemental ordnance somewhere else, and then you're going to remove well of utility. So ideally, my build right now, this would be a better version of the 6 Coyote maxed out. Elemental ordnance would be here, and then on my cape would be bountiful wells. You don't really need Well of Tenacity. I don't even have Well of Tenacity. It makes it to where you have a ton of defense. Hunter build, you are going to be invisible so often. You're not really going to get shot much. It's actually kind of really cheesy, to be honest, how busted this is. So I'm going to show you some of the gameplay of this and the rotations you should be using to make this work properly, because not only does the build matter, but how you use it really could change its effectiveness. So first, you want to throw your grenade at an enemy. It's going to kill them. It's going to make you invisible. You're going to get a well. You're going to pick up the well, Phantom Might, volatile rounds. Very easy to get because you're invisible. And then after you do that, you want to dodge roll 1 time so you get some grenade energy back, right? Then you want to get 1 kill because you're going to spawn one of the wells. Then you want to throw your melee at an enemy. And then after you throw your melee at an enemy, you want to dodge roll again near the enemy to get your melee back. Get another kill because you're going to spawn your volatile rounds again. And then you want to get another kill with a gun, and then you want to throw your melee again. And then when you throw your next melee, either your grenade's probably going to be back up or your roll's going to be back up. Either way, one of them is going to be back. And then you just complete the cycle, and you just keep doing that over and over again. So that makes it to where you have like a perfect synergistic cycle. You need to get the 1 kill with the gun after each roll if you want to get the free wells. If you use 2 rolls in a row without getting the single kill with the gun, you don't get, an extra well. You lose 1, and the wells are generating your abilities really fast. So yeah, that's how it works. This is the gameplay of it. It's honestly is crazy. I think Titan seems to be a little bit faster for PvE, like being able to kind of speed run things because you blow up the whole room so fast. But as far as survivability goes, Hunter is just you can't beat Hunter's survivability right now because of this, because they have Devour and Invisible, and also Tether is 100% a million times better than any Titan super for boss DPS. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please check out my channel, twitch.tv/GameSager. I've been uploading little mini guides on TikTok if you want to check that out as well. All of my socials are GameSager if you want to follow any of them. And I'll see you guys all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.